Hi guys, welcome back to another video from Car Help for You. So in today's video we're working on a Citroen. This one is a Citroen C4 and it's a 2014 model. However, if your dash looks the same, it will be like that. This is in the UK, so this is a right-hand drive vehicle. And what we're doing is, when we were turning the fans on, well, when the customer was turning the fans on, nothing was happening. Initially it was working and then it stopped working, which has caused all sorts of condensation inside the car and stuff. But obviously you want your heaters not working. Right now we've got like snow here, so it's horrible. I am working outside, which makes it a lot more horrible, shall I say. But anyway, let's get to the issue. So what you want to do is you want to remove your blower motor in this case, because that's related to that, and you want to remove the resistor. But I'm not just going to simply shot new parts in. I need to remove them and I need to test them. So I've got them removed here. That's the blower motor, that's what it looks like, and that's your resistor. That's what that looks like. And now I'm going to show you how to remove it. So you've got your glove box on and you've got this little panel on the side here. What you want to do is you want to open your glove box, and then you can get your finger on the side of this and you pull it this way and out, which exposes that area there. Once you've got that extra area exposed, you want to go inside your glove box. You've got 3 screws. So you've got one here, you've got one here, and you've got one here. Now these are on the inside of your glove box. So if I open the glove box and I show you them on the actual glove box itself, you've got it there, there, and there. Now remember, they're up here, so if we zoom out a little bit, they're up there like that. Glove box will come down like that and you've got your screws there. So once you remove them 3, you can then proceed to the underneath of the glove box. So if I move this out of the way, underneath here, this car doesn't, however your car might have like a fabric. Now if you have got a fabric, what you want to go ahead and do, if I put the light there so you guys can see it a bit better, is you'll have 3 clips. So, oh for God's sake. Right, so you'll have 3 clips, and the clips are, one is on the left hand side, one is on the middle, one's just beyond that. On the right hand side it should be there, so that one is missing. But we'll go with this one here and I'll show you. So you've got a fabric covering it, and all you've got to do is you've just got to get a flathead screwdriver. And if we take this one off, my hands are really cold so I can't get my fingers in there. But basically what you do is you get, if you can see that little gap there, so what you do is you get a screwdriver in there and this pops down and this comes out. If I just use my little pry bar, I might be able to show you how to do it. That's not a little pry bar, it's a bloody huge pry bar. So what you want to do is you get it in there like that. This car at some point has had that fabric. Oh, let me just try and use my hands. So this car at some point has had the fabric, and what it looks like is that someone's, let's see if we can get that one open. So someone at some point has just removed the fabric and put the clips back in, but not bothered putting the fabric back in, which is a bit stupid in my mind. Right, anyway, I'll get a flathead. I'll show you how to remove it. So there we are. I'm not sure if you've seen that, so if you put it back up there, literally flathead underneath, and it comes down like that. So if I put this back over there, so if we go back to here, oh, I've closed it back up again. That's just my luck, that, innit? Hold on. Right, so once you've got it out, once you pull this tab down, if we go like that, pull the tab down, that's what it looks like. And then to put it back in, it's literally the same thing. So it goes in like that, and then you just push this up and it locks it. So what you want to do is get them 3 tabs out, and then the fabric that's there, it'll start hanging down here, and you just pull it out, and it's literally, there's nothing in the back, it just clips, it's just sat up there like that. So you just pull it out. Now once you've got that out, you've got 3 more screws for the bottom of the glove box. So you have one in this silver thing here, and where are the other ones? Or is it just 2 down here? Might just be the 2. So you've got one on the left hand side here, so I think it's just the 2, sorry, yeah. So once you've done that, you then go over to your glove box and you have this. So if we move these out of the way, let's see if I can show you inside the glove box. So you have inside the glove box there, you've got that little thing, so pull that forward. So if I push it back now, you can see what I mean by pull it forward. So you just pull it forward like that and it comes forward. You can take the light out from the back, it'll just push forward like this, and what you do is you put a pry tool behind it like that and pull it forward, and you can unplug the light. However, I didn't need to do that because ours wasn't connected, our wire was just already hanging inside. But what you would do is you put a pry tool on the back hand side there, like a pick tool, and you'd pull it forward and it'd come off. You might have a clip in there, again we didn't have one. So once you've done that, all you've got to then do is pull your glove box straight out towards the seat. So from there, so if I zoom out from there this way, now you've got your glove box out. So if I put the glove box on the driver's seat, we are then into all this. Now yours won't look like this because I've unscrewed a lot just to give myself access. The heater blower motor is located in that hole there, and the resistor is in that hole there. So if I put a light underneath, it might make things a bit more easy to see. So your heater blower motor, if I look in there, your heater blower motor is in this circle here, and your resistor is just down here. Now I always recommend, if you have to remove 2-3 things, remove them. Access is always easier. Your one, these cables will be sat in nicely because these should be clipped into here. However, right, that's a clip that's broken and that can go in. So yours, this will be there nicely. I'm going to cable tie them on there because that's where they should be. If you're going to do a job, do it properly. Don't just break stuff like this customer's done, or whoever this customer's had the car to before us has done. Right, you've got this thing here, which is fitted just about here like this. If I zoom out there, it's fitted in there just like that. Now this is held in by a few screws. Now what I recommend to you is removing this thing. Now the easiest way to remove it, so while it's fitted somewhat like this. And what you want to do is, if you look at the top, so if I pull it out, it'll be easier for you to see. It'll have a screw which is just in the bottom there, and then the second screw for it is behind there. And now the easiest way for you to get access to it is at the top. It's got a little tab. If you pick on that tab, this will come off, and this literally just pulls out, which will expose the cage. So the cage is still on there, and you'll have your 2 screws. You've got one down there and you've got one in there. Take them 2 screws out and this will flop out. So if we remove this and put it down here, you've got this which is just flapping about. What you want to do for this then is you want to go behind here, push the tab in, and it just unplugs, literally as simple as that. You're going to put this in, and when you close this back up, this will only go in one way because you've got grooves just there and straight on top, and on the bottom of this you've got a groove there and you've got a groove there. So literally you can't put it back in the wrong way. Only goes in like that, and then this just locks on like that. You move this wiring plug out of the way so you've got no stress. This is connected to your passenger airbag switch, which is just there. As you can see, someone's had a bit of playtime with this. Now to remove that switch is really easy. You don't need to scratch it all. This is the switch, and it's fitted in the car like this. All you do to take it off is you've got these tabs. So you've got a tab on the top and a tab on the bottom, as you can see there. And all you do is there's tabs, they just push down. So you push in with them tabs, and this pushes forward. Once it comes forward, you've got your wiring switch, which is just here, which is there. Now this is inside of this, so it'll be in there like that, like that. And now when you want to go ahead and remove that, it's really simple again, because you see that little tab there, that one there. So all you do on that is you push it back. So I'm not sure if the camera's going to be able to say that, but you push it backwards. So you push that towards the outer edge and you pull it forward and it's out. Now put that to the side. So far we've got this removed. This will be your light for your glove box. So if you remove the light how I said, you'll remove it like that. If not, you can unplug it from the side. This is a very straight basic one. It's just a push-in one from there. So you just push it in like that. Now you've got them two like that. You've got this removed. So now you're starting to get a lot of access. What you then want to go ahead and do is you've got this little vent which is fitted here like this. So you've got a vent which is fitted there, and now that vent, if I move this wire, so that vent there, all you do is you just pull it down. So let's say it's like that, and you just pull it this way and down and it comes out. Put that to the side, and this is what it looks like, by the way. So it's very brittle plastic and it's just clipped in like that. Literally pull it down, not a lot of pressure's needed, and you're out. then you've got this other wiring loom. Now, you can fiddle about, but I'm showing you a way that's less fiddly. So what you do then is you've got this wiring loom and this clip, there's a clip in here. As you can see, what I've just done literally is I just pulled it upwards. So I put a pry bar in it and just forced the clip up a tiny bit. Now what that did, look, if you look now, if I zoom out a little bit, if you look there, look how much access that gave me. I can get the new motor in easy. My hand is in where the motor should be. I can get the new motor in very, very easy. However, when you're still taking it out, it's still going to be a little bit fiddly. If you move all your wires and everything, it is still going to be a little bit fiddly because it's a tiny bit awkward of the location, and the resistor is just below that. So if we come down to here, I'll show you the tools I use. I've only used a pry bar and a screwdriver, and the Torx bit on the screwdriver is a T20. So I've only used, that's all I've used, nothing else. And the torch, sorry. Right, I didn't realise the video had ended, guys. I don't normally record, I normally have someone recording for me and I do the work. So I apologise that it ended, but continuing on. So that's the tools we used, and now this is the blower motor itself. Now you've got this wiring plug here. The blower motor itself is fitted in the vehicle like so it's like that. So you've got that little wiring plug there, and this is, where is the plug? So that's it there, and it just squeezes together to go backwards. So if I show you that, it's got the tabs there and it squeezes like that on both sides, and you pull it out. So once you've pulled it out, you've got this little tab here, which if I show you here, it just goes backwards and forwards like that. So what you want to do is, while this is fitted like that, if we just pretend like it's fitted to the car, you want to push that down and twist that way. So you want to twist the blower motor towards the front of the vehicle, towards the engine of the vehicle, and then pull it back slightly. Now once you've got it back out, all you've then got to do is wiggle it through, and if you've disconnected everything like I've said, you've got a lot of space to start straight off with, but it is still a bit fiddly. So once you've got it off, so I'm just going to put it there. Once you've got it off, you've got to go like this a little bit and, you know, jiggle it out, and you've got to be careful because all these horrible wires start to tangle it a little bit, but it will come out. Now once it's out, you can go ahead and test it. Like I'm going to test this one to make sure we're not just throwing parts into the car and it is actually this issue, rather than, you know, what a lot of other mechanics would do is just throw parts into it and hope for the best. In this case, I'm testing it to making sure that the blower motor's actually blown up on it, or the blower motor needs replacing, or even the resistor's faulty. The resistor's getting placed because it's damaged, but I recommend go ahead and test it unless you're absolutely certain. I'm not saying all mechanics would just throw a part in it, but there are a lot of people out there that just shot parts in, and, you know, that's for the best. But once you've got your heater blower motor out, you want to then move on to your resistor. So your resistor is located in that little square here, and this is the resistor. So your resistor is actually located in the vehicle, like that, literally like that, in that square. And what you want to do is, there's a little tab here. Our one, like I said, is broken. What you would do is you'd push that tab in and you pull this back. So tab in and this back. When I say in, I mean towards the resistor. When it comes back, now it's extremely fiddly in there. So you kind of got to get it back and then go back forward and then, you know, maneuver it like this. And then eventually it comes out. Again, this has got a wiring plug which is there, and the wiring plug for this one is kicking about somewhere in there. Where is it? It is, if I can find it. Okay, I can't find it, but it is somewhere in there. It's probably tucked out of the way somewhere. Right, it's somewhere in there. I can't find it right now, but it is somewhere in there. I will need to find that, obviously. Anyway, what you then want to do is get your resistor out. Once you've got your resistor out, your new one goes back in literally the same way. So this is the hardest part, the most awkward part to get out, but they do come out. Is that our resistor? Okay, so that's our resistor wire. As you can see, it's tucked out of the way. To get the plug, all you've got to do is push that back and pull it out. Again, you might need to test your wiring to make sure your wiring's okay, because I do know that in the past we've had it where the earth wasn't actually earthing properly, so that connection was damaged and we had to repair that connection. But check your parts, make sure what you need, and then to reassemble it, it's literally in the same way. So resistor in, blower motor in, plug all your cables in, tidy them all up, clip them in where they need to go to. Don't just leave them like whoever's been here and, you know, left these for next person. Don't be a messy person. Then you put your glove box in, you screw it in, make sure you plug your sensor and everything in as well. Make sure everything's plugged in, you put that in, screws, your undersheet that your car should have, and literally you're good to go. It's literally as easy as that. Anyway guys, if you've got any questions or anything, just put them in the comments, and please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.